What's it, guys? So if you saw the cold start compilation video that we did a couple of days ago, you know that the Duramax pretty much mopped the floor in the sound department. So I got to thinking, can we make this thing sound even better? So I went ahead and picked up a high flow bundle kit from HSP. It's powder coated, it's gonna look glorious, and hopefully it's gonna make this thing sound even cooler. So let me go grab it real quick, show it to y'all. Here's our HSP high flow intake bundle in the absolutely gorgeous polar white. Now they have a bunch of different powder coat color options, but I figured on this Victory Red truck, it really only made sense to go with white, and I can just envision it now. You pull up in the whole red truck, pop the hood, and it's just a daggum avalanche of white under there. It's gonna be absolutely disgusting. Now, this is very tip of the iceberg for sure. All the freaking ice references. There's like 50 more powder coated modifications that we're gonna end up doing in the engine bay, but this is a great start. So let's go ahead and check out what we got. We got the box or the lid or whatever. It is open, so no, I'm not saying this is a cold air intake. This is a high flow intake, which should deliver the most amount of performance as well as all the glorious sounds. So that thing looks freaking sick with the black HSP. All right, so filter goes in there. Your intake 2, which is absolutely massive, and then this guy goes to the turbo mouthpiece. That's the bundle part. You can get these two pieces separate, but I went ahead and got them together. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to install that today, but it's okay because we're going to have two different videos and we'll be able to see if just the intake makes all the difference or if the mouthpiece does as well, and we can compare them. So the reason I can't install that yet is because we haven't done a PCV reroute. So if you look right here on the factory, that guy goes into the mouthpiece, and you have to reroute that or it's just going to be like exposed to the atmosphere, and you don't want that. So that, unfortunately, but then again, I guess fortunately, will be a separate video. Now currently we have a good old Banks Ram Air, which this is a solid option, and if you want an enclosed box, probably one of the best out there for sure. And I'm sure it's done great on this truck throughout its, who knows how long it's been on here, but we're taking that one out because it don't look cool, and that one looks cool and should also make all the good intake and turbo noises. So yeah, good option. Might see it on Marketplace. $350. I know what I got. Let's go ahead, get that guy snatched out, get our HSP intake installed. Let's see how we get this thing off. Only got 3 screws. It's always nice. Oh, it's got the filter. I forgot. It's got the filter attached to this part. Yeah, not great. Pretty gross, not gonna lie. Take our sensor out. Which we're gonna transfer this guy over to the new one. It just pop out. Probably should just pop out, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Ow. The back pull. You pull so hard that when you pop free, it comes back. Gosh, no. We might reuse this. I don't know if it's the same size or if the HSP one is the correct one, or if it's larger for the new mouthpiece. We'll just have to see. Breather number 3. Interesting. All right, well, let's just take us a nice little gander while we're in here. Everything looking pretty good. Got a repaired line right there, which doesn't look great. Got this guy looking crusty as ever. Probably about time that we address that, not gonna lie. All right, little buddy. Let's get you over there. Let's just get you, well, we want that up top, right? Makes sense. Oh yeah. We are golden, boys. Get our lid set into place. That is not right. This is right. Let's don't scratch it, okay? Let's don't scratch. We need to put the filter in, or we won't be able to. Definitely got to take the lid off in order to actually put the screws and the filter in there. Set this guy down into place and bolt it down. Just like that. Dude, this thing is so freaking massive. Let's don't scratch it. Okay, that's a tight fit right there. Ain't gonna lie, that's a tight freaking fit. So let's go ahead and put this guy in there. We go in with you, get you into place, and since it's not bolted, we should be able to finagle it, potentially, like that. And yes, those noises are very scary, like I'm scratching it. Oh. How did you get underneath there? We need some of this stuff out of the way so we can have more room. You get my drift. How are you supposed to angle it? I don't know, but that looks right to me. So I'm going to tighten the box down now. Really don't want it to touch anything because obviously when the engine's running, it's got some movement to it. So we want this tube as far in as possible. Should be good. Tighten this lug down. I'm not convinced that that's not going to slip off of there. Let me find the right size socket. Last thing you want is your filter to freaking fall off and not know about it. I'm assuming the oil they used to put on here is on that. Might have to wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol or something if it tries slipping off on us. All right, that seems good. Let's throw the lid on. All right, there she is. And there she is. All right, so now we just got to swap over this sensor. What size are you, friend? One size smaller, it seems. Somewhere in the middle. So let's don't drop that in that hole. Let's don't do that. Well, that's definitely gonna be a tight fit for our plug. Just don't go crazy and snap it off. Just nice and snug, and we might have to rotate it down, I don't know. Where's our connector at? Oh, looks like we got just ever so slightest bit of clearance. Final step. Put this clamp on there. Dude, there she is. All right, boys. Well, install is done, and holy crap. That looks absolutely amazing. Gonna look even better once we get that mouthpiece on there. Hopefully in the next week or two, we can get that PCV reroute in and get that swapped out. Oh my gosh, it looks so freaking good. All right, moment of truth. Proper cold start. Now my GoPro mount is absolutely on its last leg, but hopefully it'll last until we get this portion filmed. But we're gonna just drive around for a minute. I'm gonna let y'all hear this thing and see what y'all think about the difference, and then I'll give y'all my input. First reaction to how it drives. Oh, checking the vanes, absolutely disgusting. And how I think it changed the sound, if any. Gosh, man. I'm holding my thought. I'm biting my tongue right now because I'm gonna let y'all try to think about it before I go spewing off to see if I'm crazy or if y'all hear it too. Please don't step out in the road and get killed right here. I gotta get off Main Street. What am I doing? Holy crap. All right, so yes, the whistle is there. It's always been there, like especially when you did let off. But I don't feel like it was that loud when you're like, I'm tiptoeing, I'm big toeing on this throttle, and you can hear that whistle way more prominently, I feel. As well as, and it might be the placebo effect, I feel like it did improve the initial throttle response. Oh my gosh. Just when you think it couldn't get any better. I'm just kidding. There's like so many different options when you have a diesel. Like on a gasser, there's several things that you can change. But like on the diesel, you got the intake side and the exhaust side, and they both play a part because you have the turbo. Ridiculous. All right, I hadn't got on it yet, so we're gonna turn right here and we're gonna get on it a little bit and see how she sounds and feels. Something about a daggum Duramax, boys. In all reality, like I'm goofing and stuff, but like you do get that like little kid feeling, and that's why so many people are obsessed with diesels. It just brings something up in you that is just like in life you got to have something. And sometimes it can be as simple as the truck to just bring that day out of the slump. I don't even remember what tune is on this thing. We did it with I need to put my freaking monitor back up. I don't remember if we left the hot tune on here or not. Hot tune, it's a can tune, but it's still probably 100 something horse. I don't remember. That wasn't flooring it either, but not the Hyper Flash and the big 2.5. This thing doesn't normally do that. Well, I'm gonna blame it on the cold, or I'm gonna blame it on me still being sick. Acceleration paired with all the glorious noises. See, I know why all the passenger side window motors go out on these trucks. It's because the owners are constantly rolling them up and down to hear their exhaust. You know, I came up with that as kind of a goof. For a lot of trucks, that's probably the case. Here on this truck, my front passenger, it barely will go back up. We got to replace the motor in it. And I was like, that might actually be true, because that's where the turbo intake is, that's where your exhaust is. It's all on the passenger side. That theory might actually have some weight to it. Believe it or not, this hill right here down at the bottom, we used to race each other going up it. Absolute tomfoolery, what we used to. And somehow, my 5.4 Triton 11th gen F-150 was the quickest one. It was very close to my buddy's Tacoma, which I ended up owning. Somehow, his brother, 5.3 extended cab GMT 800, nowhere close. And then his other brother had like a 06 Wrangler or something like that, 6-speed manual, so it was on 36s too. It was bad, but yeah, I don't know how. It's like 11th gens. Them mugs are slow. All of them. Just got back from our drive and everything is still looking perfect. Holy crap, man. That looks so freaking good. I can't wait to get that turbo mouthpiece on there now. We got to order the PVC, yeah, that's exactly, PCV reroute kit ASAP. But dude, y'all comment down below and let me know what you think if you've been following along the videos and you've heard this truck. I'm not sure if I ended up putting in old clips or not, but I definitely think there is a noticeable difference on the intake side. Sometimes different intakes and things can change the exhaust note or sounds that come through there. Don't really notice that here, but I do feel like I hear some more intake noises and that turbo at a different RPM than it was before. So I'm tickled with her, man. Anything better than what it already was is just incredible, because this truck is unreal. It's unreal. It actually is. So I'm fired up. Hopefully y'all are as well. Definitely got a bunch more things to order in for this truck and get to installing, but I don't want to rush it because I don't want to get everything done. I mean, there's never really everything, but then there kind of is. I should probably start by getting all the freaking tint glue off the windshield. We really need to go get that redone. Holy crap. That's horrible. Oh, last thing. I got to put our thing back on here because it looks freaking dumb without it and incomplete. Incomplete? Still sick. Still blaming all those mispronunciations on that. So let's throw that back on there real quick. I don't know why I haven't put this on sooner. Looks so much cleaner with it on there clearly. But that's going to be about it for this video, guys. So hopefully you did enjoy. I'm going to spend the next however long it takes to clean the freaking mold out of this truck. You might have seen it on the seatbelt in the last video. Disgusting. Not good to breathe. I need to clean it. Not sure how, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. So anyways, there it is, guys. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, ring that bell notification, and I will see you boys in the next video.
Thank you.